What's going on, everyone? There was some exciting news today, and that is New World is having an open beta September 9th to September 12th. So it's an open beta. That means you do not need to pre order or own the game in order to participate. You will just have to wait until September 8th at 7 a.m. Pacific time in order to request access on Steam. At that time, you'll be able to begin your pre download and get ready for the servers going live the following morning. Now, alongside this news, there was some other, you know, little breadcrumb tidbits provided to us by the development team, and it's in regarding future weapons, some group content, as well as maybe even some holiday events. And so we'll play that for you guys here real quick.
Some hints. Players have already been asking for more supernatural elements and more weapons. So we got a pretty cool way to combine those into a deliverable that they'll see shortly after launch. And then players have been asking for more group content and expeditions. So we're working toward that as well. And then, with the holidays right around the corner, I'm pretty excited to see what that might look like on Eternum.
All right, thanks so much.
Some hints.
So that was the big little breadcrumb tidbit that they provided for everyone. So really exciting stuff to see that there is a new weapon coming, and it's going to be, as they said, coming shortly after release, as well as that they are already working on more group content and expedition type content for, the PvE minded players within the game. So that's very encouraging as well, that stuff that's already in development and something to look forward to. And if you take any of the data mined information into account, some of that stuff is already done or almost done or has been already been worked on for a while. So that's really encouraging. And then they talked about, the holidays are coming up, and they allude to the idea that there could be holiday events, and that would be really cool. Personally, I think it would be a really awesome thing having, around the wintertime for Christmas and things like that, if all of Eternum became covered in snow. And I think that would be really interesting. Obviously, that'd be, a really big thing to do, is just covering the entire map in snow. But, it would kind of make sense for, if an entire season on an island changed, well, it would make sense for all of it to have the same weather in that regard. So if it snowed, it would make sense for all of Eternum to be covered in snow, since it is an island. But it was really cool. It's really awesome to be able to think about that kind of stuff. But speaking on the weapon, I know this is something that people have been waiting for, dying for, and have been speculating about, especially with the leaks that came after beta. Everybody is screaming Void Gauntlet, Void Gauntlet, Void Gauntlet. And I hear you. This bit definitely looks like the Void Gauntlet. Okay, this could definitely pass for it. However, all the other concept arts and these pieces shown that they've done don't scream Void to me. Now, that doesn't mean it's not, right? We have no idea what this is going to be yet. They haven't said anything officially. We just know that this is an upcoming weapon. These are the assets that they've released publicly and are having available for people to use and talk about. And it gives more of a druidic, shamanistic type vibe, using the bones, the claws, the fur, and the straight up fox head on it. All of that gives me much more druid, shamanistic vibes with the type of weapon it is. Some people have started maybe going along the lines of, oh, maybe instead of an Angry Earth staff, they went with Angry Earth Gauntlet, and maybe it'll be a more direct healer, buffer type gauntlet weapon. But who's to say? I know a lot of people really want that Void Gauntlet that was, allegedly data mined and leaked and all that stuff from Reddit, but there's no way to know until they actually officially say anything. But I really do love the design of this weapon. I love the aesthetic of all of it. These are, we speculated and chat speculated that, this is the faction-based ones. This one's Syndicate. This one's Marauder. Covenant's nowhere in sight, the usual, but poor Covenant. But, these ones were interesting and definitely look nice, but they're all very different from one another. I mean, this obviously, if I look at this, I think, okay, yeah, this is a Void Gauntlet, right? It just has that kind of vibe to it. But all these other ones, and I'm really happy that this concept art actually came to light as a very realistic rendition into the game. They did a really good job actually taking it directly from that concept piece and putting it in just straight up the way they designed it. And it looks really cool, but the real question will be, what kind of weapon will it be? So you guys let me know in the comments below what you think it is. Do you still think it's a Void Gauntlet? Do you think it might be, you know, some other type of nature-based gauntlet, Angry Earth, something along those lines? Let us know. And then to go along with that, there's some more information regarding the beta. So the beta will end at September 12th, midnight Pacific time. So we really are getting a full 4 days, the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, and the 12th, all the 12th. It's not just part of the 12th, all the 12th. So early morning, 7 a.m. Pacific time, September 9th, all the way until midnight Pacific time on the 12th. So it's a very nice concentrated beta window. This is good. It is good that they are doing a concentrated, you know, small timed windowed beta, not something, I know there are people who are like, well, they should just run the beta until, you know, they put the game up. No, because most of you are going to play that open beta like it's the fully released product, and you're going to complain about it, and then the game's going to release, and then you're going to complain about it not being different than what you played in the beta, or you're going to complain about there's nothing to do because you just played the beta like it was a release, which is what most people will do in an open beta that's for an extended period of time. They will play it like it's the actual release version of the game. And so then a bunch of people burn out, or they already go through everything, and then they say there's nothing to do. Well, of course, you already did all of it in the month-long beta that you wanted, okay? So that's just one of those things where it's good that it's a nice concentrated beta to focus on the fixes and changes that they've made since the closed beta that they had in July. Now, alongside that, they are looking at increasing the capacity for this beta as well as what the capacity will be for release. In fact, they actually say that this open beta capacity is not going to be the full capacity, whereas the launch is actually going to have an even larger capacity than this open beta. So, you know, people speculated that the end of closed beta was around 3,500. I think people are going to are probably going to guess that it's probably, unless they say something, probably around 5K for this beta per server. And then I think the goal ultimately is 10,000 player capacity per server was always the long-term goal for them. But, you know, you look at the size of a tournament, I mean, sometimes I think, wow, 10,000 people on a tournament, that would be insane. It makes sense as the map gets bigger and things become more spread out. But right now, oh man, 10,000 people in those concentrated areas at the beginning, that would be wild. That would be a very packed area. Materials would definitely become more scarce. It would definitely be, for some people, very frustrating, but for some people, they'd really like it, especially from a PvP sense of things. So it will be definitely interesting to see how that plays out on the actual open beta this time around. To put anybody's mind to rest, no, the beta progress will not carry over to release. I'm not sure how this became such a, you know, consistent thing lately where everybody's worried about beta progress carrying over to live when almost no games have done that with MMOs. I think there was maybe like one in the last decade. So I'm not sure why people are like, you know, it's such a common thing people are freaking out about now. But yeah, the patch notes will be on the forums, which have not gone up yet. And the download for it will be, as they said, there'll be a new open beta client through the Steam playtest tool, which will be up on September 8th. So really exciting stuff, you guys. Let me know in the comments what part you're most excited about coming up. Is it the weapons? Is it the future expeditions, or maybe even new zone that was leaked, or people found during the beta? What else? And, you know, what faction are you going? So great stuff, guys. Really looking forward to everything that they're going to be offering. I'm really optimistic about the future of New Worlds, just because I think that there's so much that still can be done and added and changed with the game. And, you know, that's a whole nother thing that we'll talk about some other time. But really excited, guys. I hope you are as well. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you want to catch us live, we cover a variety of MMOs, including New World. And we'll also be covering Lost Ark going forward in the future too. So be sure to drop by on Twitch at twitch.tv/Zav. Catch us live sometime. Drop in, say hello, have a conversation. You know, have a good one and take it easy. Peace.